Hi there folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my first kind of head-to-head thing. So today we have, going head-to-head, in the left corner we have the Seiko 5KX versus the Spinnaker Cahill on the right. They are both the same price. I paid the same price for both of them, so irrespective of what you can pay for them now, they are comparable insofar as the price I paid was the same. So first of all, we will start with the movement. Now the Seiko, I shall bring my piece of paper down so you can see what I've done here. The movement, here we go. Seiko scores 8 and the Cahill scores 6. The Seiko has a 4R36 movement in it, 24 dual, hacking and hand winding, 41 hour power reserve, 21,600 vibrations per hour. The Spinnaker has a Miyota in it, Miyota 2815. No hacking, but there is hand winding. There is a date, 21 dual, 40 hour power reserve, 21,600 vibrations per hour. So the reason that I've given Seiko the win on that one is because it's got a hacking movement, and it's also it's pretty much in everything. I know that the movement in this is well respected, but they have had issues with the jumping second hand. So anyway, that's the reason for that. Next we move on to style. Now I should say that these are my own scores. This is my opinions, if you like. So here we go. Style, both score an 8. Now the Seiko, yeah, it's you could say, well, it's actually borrowed its style from the good old SKX. Well, you know, can Seiko really borrow something from themselves? You know, it's really nice. It's a very comfortable watch to wear. It looks great on the wrist. So yeah, that's why that one scores an 8. And this one also scores an 8. Because it's a nice original design and there's some quite nice finishing on it. That little beveled edge there, which is high polished in between the brushing, and the high polish on the edge of the bezel. Yeah, it's just it's nicely done. So yeah, that is why we've gone for an 8 there. Now then, fit and finish, which is going to bring me on to another part here on the Seiko. This is the stock bracelet, which is just push pins, and it's the they're not actually solid links. There is, you can see the line there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. And in here we have a pressed clasp. So, you know, functional, not the best. So that's why I've put it onto the Jubilee bracelet with a milled clasp. So this is the thing that you're really looking at. The Spinnaker did come supplied with 2 straps. The one that's on it, the black NATO, and this leather strap, which, as you can see, you know, I've been using this one quite a bit. It's actually a really comfortable, very nice strap. So, you know, as far as the rest of the fit and the finish goes, you know, it's all pretty good. You know, the brushing and the transition to the polishing on the Seiko is pretty nice. Nice knurling on the crown. Yeah, it's just kind of very nicely put together, and it's the same with the Spinnaker. You know, just nicely put together. I mean, obviously it's not kind of luxury level, but you know, nicely put together. Oh yeah, by the way, there we go. The Invicta touch. Okay, next up is usability. Now then, this is kind of based on the water resistance. 100 meters for the Seiko. It's kind of a dive style, not a diver. So, you know, you're okay to go swimming with it, wear it in the shower, you know, some snorkeling maybe. It's but you know, it is not a diver's watch. So if you were thinking of buying one to go diving, it's not really up for that. This one, on the other hand, 200 meters water resistance, and obviously very usable, very rugged. You know, it's, although it is not ISO certified, and neither of them have an ISO rating, but that was the reason for kind of the discrepancy in the usability. I mean, other than that, they are great at what they do. Now then, now we have the bezel battle. There we go. And how many of you have gone, oh, you can't do that? Well, yes, I can. Here we go. The Seiko bezel is a typical Seiko bezel. 120 click, and I will be quiet for a moment so you can hear it. Don't know if you can hear that, but it's actually fairly tight. It's not the nicest bezel to use, and it's got that Seiko sponginess to it. But you know, it's the SKX type bezel. I do believe that this part here is, you know, the knurling is slightly different, but yeah, it's not as nice as the Spinnaker. Now the Spinnaker, we'll bring that up. This is again 120 click. There we go. I mean, I'm sure that you can hear already. I mean, this is easier to use. The bezel is a lot grippier. Even though it's got that coin edge, it's, you know, there's less you would think to get hold of, but it is easier to use. Sounds nicer and is nicer to operate. So the Spinnaker wins that. Next up we have a loom duel, and coming up right here will be the video. Okay, so Seiko on the left, Spinnaker on the right, and as you can see, 10 minutes in of a 20-minute recording, and the Spinnaker, unfortunately, the hands have disappeared, making the Seiko the winner of the loom. So a clear win for Seiko on the loom. Brand kudos. Yeah, whatever you think of the brands, whatever you think of Seiko or Spinnaker, this is just my opinion. Now, brand kudos to me. You know, Seiko, it's got the you know, the history, it's got the heritage. They've got some fantastic watches, not just divers and all sorts. They're just, you know, for the kind of everyday guy who likes to collect watches, I think they're fantastic. They've got something for everyone. Spinnaker, on the other hand, it's obviously a much less well-known brand, but they do have good quality pieces, but just doesn't have the kind of the kudos. If somebody, you know, if people wouldn't necessarily have heard of Spinnaker, whereas everyone has heard of Seiko. So I think that Seiko is the outright winner for that. Now then, wrist presence. Again, these are all subjective, and they're just my opinions. Wrist presence on this is, for me personally, a clear 9. We'll slide that on there so you can see it on the wrist. There we go, and a wrist roll. It's, you know, it just is. It's a lovely looking watch. Very cool. You know, nicely done. Yeah, it's nice. So wrist presence, 9 points for Seiko on that one. And for the Spinnaker, I shall just wrap this around so you can see that for a moment. There we go. And the Spinnaker, it does have a good wrist presence. It probably helps the fact that this one is gold. But, you know, to me, I mean, it does actually stand up quite tall. This one's actually really thick. This comes in at about 17 mil. So it's a, you know, it's a tubby old thing. So, yeah. But there we go, wrist presence. For me, 9 for the Seiko, 7 for the Spinnaker. Now then, value. As I said, they were both the same price. And here we go. This is what I believe. For me personally, the value, there's more value in the Seiko than there is in the Spinnaker. Now, you could argue that the Spinnaker has got 200 meters of water resistance. It's got a nicer bezel. But the fact that the you know, the loom dropped out on the hands, you know, long before the Seiko did, and, you know, even kind of in pitch blackness after, you know, a few hours, the Seiko is still visible. Obviously it doesn't stay as bright, but yeah, there we go. So the totals, here we go, and the winner is the Seiko 5KX with 72 points. And the Spinnaker Cahill with 64 points. So that's just my opinion. If you want to comment, leave a comment below. If you think I'm wrong on any of these, please let me know. If you think I've been an utter idiot and, you know, I've got it completely wrong, also let me know. If you think I'm right, let me know. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. That'd be great. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload any new content. Okay, that's it for now. Nice little fun video, this one. But, you know, I've enjoyed doing this. It was quite interesting, even for my own kind of gratification. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for now.